Welcome to Finch. In this tutorial we're going to use our Nano Banana integration to generate an office layout. I have a project launched up here which I played around a bit in. If we go into a floor plate here, you can see that I have assigned this space into the program office. And here you can play around a bit with what typologies you can generate with. But the important part to note is that it's the Nano Banana engine that's going to generate the layouts, and then we can extract certain information into Finch. So for instance, maybe you do a hotel, you use our generate plan tools to make the hotel rooms, and then you can make the lobby with Nano Banana. But feel free to try it out. In this video we are doing the office. If you click the space, head over to generate, you can see that you have the generate with the Nano Banana. If you are on our enterprise tier in the standard or partner level. So if we click generate with Nano Banana here, you will see that the chat interface opens up and it gets some information about our project. It fetches the area, how big the unit is, and it knows where our location is since we have assigned that information in the project. Then it asks us to help me tailor the layout. How many people you expect to work in this office daily, and are there any specific rooms you need? So I will prompt it here to say that I want 20 employees. I want 2 meeting rooms. I also want 3 offices. I want a kitchen, and I want minimum 3 toilets. Then we hit enter, and it will generate some alternatives for us. The power of generating with Nano Banana is that we have quite an irregular shape here. And if we look at the alternatives it has produced for us, is that it will adhere to all of these walls that penetrate our unit. What you need to know here is that it's the Nano Banana engine running, so you may need to iterate a few times, but then you have your interface here to continue going. If you hover over here, let's say you like this layout, you can generate alternatives from this layout. But let's say I like this image, I can go ahead and click apply image, which will take this image and place it onto the plan. Then we have our own AI models that will find all of the walls. So if we click find walls, you can see that it traced all the walls and made them into our editable vector geometry. So you can take this here, you can edit it as you want and everything. If you press I on the keyboard or click on this, you can toggle if you want the background visible or not. And you can see that it did a very good job at finding all the walls. Here we're gonna go and clean up where we want to edit some geometry. For instance, this one, it found a wall on a desk. Let's go ahead and remove this. But that is the first step of the generation done. So here you can either save, and you can use this to show the layout, but normally you want more, you want some editable geometry. So if we go into this unit again, we toggle off the image, we can say that these are our offices. So let's assign the space-type office to them. Go and show them. Let's say these are our meeting rooms. Assign that here. These are the bathrooms. This is gonna be our kitchen. Also this one is a bathroom, let's say. And then this is gonna be a corridor. What we can now do is that we can go into the offices, click here to select all of them, and then we can go and furnish them. In the offices, we want desks. If we click desks, we will get a dialog where we get some input parameters on how large we want all the spacings to be for our desks. For these offices, I want to have 2 desks here, but just in one row. What we need to adjust then is the free space behind. It's set to 1 meter as of now. Maybe 3 meters, we will get only 1 desk. So we apply these, and then these we want to move to the back. So these are going to be our offices. Then we can do the same for our meeting rooms, but instead of desks, we want to have some tables here, some conference tables. Also here get some input parameters. We can adjust how much area per seat we want, the length per seat, end margin, so how large we want to add, which is not between seats but at the end of the table. The free space, which is going to be how to place tables away from walls. Maybe we just need 800 millimeters here. You can see that it places the tables a bit closer to the wall. Once we're happy, we can go ahead and apply objects, and we will now have these also as our editable geometry. For the main area, we can start by placing our entrance door here instead. You are gonna have to make some refinements on your own. Maybe we want the entrance door here. Okay, if we now toggle the image using I on our keyboard again, you can see that this is gonna be the area where it places our main desks. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna draw a separator from here to get this nice square space here. When we go in and furnish and desks, you can see that from before we have a really large free space behind. Maybe we just need 1 meter here. And then you can see that we can start generating all of our desks. In this instance, I want, instead of 2 mags in a row, I want 3 of them, to place them together like this. You can toggle how far away you want the minimum distance from walls, the size of the desks with width and depth, free space behind, which we went over, max desks in a row, and then the spacing between groups. Now we only have the one group. We apply these objects. And if we then want to check how many employees we can fit with some sort of rule, we can go into occupancy here to the right. And here we can check how many people fit within each space. So in this space here, we can fit 18 people sitting down at the desk. Here in these 3 spaces, we can fit 2 people per space. But what I want to show here is that if we go to per area, we can sort. Let's say we want each employee to have 4 square meters per person. In these, it's fine. We have 9.8 here, 9.4, and so on. But here we only have the 3.8 square meters per person. And you can see that it displays with this red color that it does not follow this input that we put here. What you need to do then is that you either need to make the space bigger, as such, or you need to remove some desks, as such. The important part is that you can check for the occupancy how much space you need per person. And then as the architect, go in and say, okay, either I want all of these desks, then I need to make this space bigger, or you are fine with removing a desk. In this case, I will remove this desk here to make some more room for the wall over here. After some more adjustments, you can get a really quick and fast office layout. You can see that we have our occupancy, which checks for how many people per square meters per space. We have all of our space types set up, and everything is editable geometry. And then if you want, of course, you can continue to place all of your furniture if you want this to be like a break room and everything. But this is how you generate a plan using Nano Banana. Trace all of your walls to get them into editable vector geometry, and populate the spaces using desks and tables. Thank you for watching.